guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So today I'm looking at another San Martin. They reached out to me about a couple of weeks ago asking me if I'd feature this watch on my YouTube channel. It's the BB58 Homage. Looks pretty cool. They were quite interested in people featuring it because they made some upgrades in terms of the end links no longer being male end links, they're now female. They now changed the clasp and also put some deep etching on the clasp and just other little subtle nuances and differences on the watch. So I said, yeah, no problem. I did have to pay for it. I just got a really good price, and it's one that actually I might not be flipping anytime soon. I did buy it with the view of selling it on to find more watches, but I might have to sell one of my other watches and keep this one. That's probably going to be the plan for a little while because actually I really like it. Yeah, obviously I don't want to give too much away, but there's going to be a sale coming up, as there always tends to be on AliExpress. But the 28th of August, I believe, they're going to be having a sale on. It'll be the last sale before November, I believe. I think that'll be the next one afterwards, and that'll be the one that sort of leads up to Christmas, and people will buy some bits before Christmas time then. This one is definitely one to consider. I will leave an affiliate link in the description taking you to this watch. As you know, affiliate links don't cost you any more. They just take you to the watch, make your life that bit easy, and just give me a small kickback for showing you the watch. But yeah, guys, definitely have a look at this watch. Obviously, have a look at the little details that I show you, and if it's one that you're really interested in, head over and grab yourself one. See what the sale's like. I know they retail sort of 230, is it 200 odd, 30 odd pound. Hopefully that price will be sort of taken in a little bit by the sale, but I don't know exactly what the price will be. So do have a look about, see what coupons you can get, and do get the best price for yourself. But guys, thank you for tuning back in. I do really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. As I said in the brief intro, it's a San Martin BB58. So it's a Black Bay 58 Homage, I'll just say it. Yeah, San Martin contacted me. I wanted to, and I was happy to look at this watch. They gave me a really good price, but obviously, as you guys will know, that won't affect the sort of review that I give the watch. Already sized, all the plastics taken off. I have worn it for a short period of time at this point. But this is everything that came. Unfortunately, they only gave me one of these little stubby screwdrivers, so hopefully they'll give you two. They was going to send me a second one, but I managed to size it as I had another one lying around. They also give you another removal tool just to help you size the bracelet. Comes on a little foam pillow, or a little bit of foam. Comes with a QR code that you can scan. They've upgraded or changed, I don't know if it's an upgrade, they've changed the sort of manual and warranty card that you get. They're now circular as opposed to rectangular. And as you can see, I have taken two links out, and they are screw links, and you do unscrew them from both sides, but we'll get into that in just a moment. Let me put everything away. As I probably said before, if you had one San Martin, you've had all of them in terms of the packaging, really, in terms of these little suitcase boxes they come in. Not that's a bad thing. I actually quite like them. They come in handy. I tend to use them to put a couple of watches in if I go away and stuff like that. But let's get into more details about the watch, guys. So the model of this watch is, the model number is SN008-G. Inside, it's running an automatic PT 5000 movement. It's a high beat movement. It's a homage or a clone of the SW200. You can also get this with the SW200, but it does increase the price by about £100. So I would opt for the PT 5000 personally, as I think it's still a pretty cool movement. The case material: crown, case back, solid end links, bezel aside from the insert, bracelet and clasp are all 316L stainless steel. For the most part, guys, this bracelet is the watch is brushed. But what it does have, it has a nice chamfered edge going on the outside of the case, done to a very good standard actually, and there is a bit of polishing just on the outer part of the links. But yeah, for the most part, it's brushed. It does have a chamfered edge also going on the clasp, just for consistency in terms of where they put the chamfered edge and the polishing, but done very, very well. The case thickness of this watch is 11.7 millimeters. The diameter going from the 8 to the 2 is 40.7. When you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it is 44.4 millimeters. The lug width is 20, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is 48 millimeters. The case back style is screwed down, and it is stainless steel, not exhibition case back, so you can't see the movement. I apologise, I've got a few fingerprints on there, guys. I have been wearing it. I only put it in the box just to sort of simulate an unboxing so you can see what it was like. But yeah, screwed down. You'll need a particular tool or a ball just to unscrew it if the moment arises that you need to unscrew it for whatever reason. The bezel type is a unidirectional 120 click bezel, and it has got a ceramic insert. I'll let you have a quick listen. And as you probably can see, it lines up perfectly. The clicks are probably exactly the resistance you want. Not too firm, not too soft. Very positive, no bounce, no backplay. Bezel's very, very good. The crown type is screwed down, and it is situated at the 3 o'clock, and it is signed. I'll talk about the signage a little bit later. The strap material is stainless steel, and as I said, it is brushed. It is basically brushed, but you have got an outer part of the link that is polished. And it is screw pins, and as I say, you've got to put a screwdriver in both sides and unscrew it. Much easier on this one than it was on the one I had previously. The clasp is fully milled, and I do quite like the fact they put deep etching on there. You've got the San Martin logo deep etched onto the clasp, and it is fully milled, and it also does come with 4 levels of micro adjustment just to enable you to get that perfect fit. As you can see, I've taken 2 links out, as you already saw, and I'm using the 3rd level of micro adjustment. There is one more just to give me the fit that I desire. So you should be okay getting the sort of perfect fit for yourself. The crystal covering that dial is a sapphire crystal. Looks like it's a double domed, but it could be single domed. But it has got plenty of blue AR coating as well, as you probably can see coming off the studio lighting. The water resistance, as also denoted down at the 6 o'clock position, is 200 meters. So that gives you 20 atmospheres of water resistance in this watch. And the weight of this watch would appear in the top right hand corner. Weighed in for myself with 2 links taken out, it came in at 141.7 grams. With both links back in, it'll probably come in around 150 grams. So not too much heft in this watch. A good sort of sweet spot in terms of the weight. Not too weighty. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a tad bit more detail. So what you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. You've got applied markers everywhere. You've got an inverted triangle at the 12. You've got a rectangular batten at the 3, 6 and 9. Everywhere else you've got circular battens. And they are sort of like a gold with gilt sort of colour. And even the loom that's been applied is also sort of like an off-white. So it ties in really, really nicely. And that also continues on the bezel. Just below the inverted triangle at the 12, you've got the San Martin logo. Sort of like a rectangle, hexagonal logo. Just above the batten at the 6 o'clock, you've got automatic 200 meters. Just denoting the fact you've got an automatic movement, and there's a 200 meter water resistance. And let's unscrew the crown. You sort of unscrew it sort of 4 or 5 times, and you get a nice pop. It pops out nicely, so you can hand wind it. Unfortunately, given the fact this is a PT 5000 movement, there is a ghost position, so you take it out to the 1st, it won't hack. 2nd position, it will hack, and then you can obviously change the time, which I'll do. I'll put it to a safe zone, just so I don't get any. So just so you can see the dial really, so you can see the dial in a bit more detail, so notice the hands are not sort of covering up anything. And then you put it back in, and the movement will start up again. And then just like I said, you can hand wind it, and then even sort of engaging it to sort of screw up is not a problem. Very, very nice engagement. The knurling's done on it very, very well to enable you to just unscrew and screw as you wish, and there's no problems with that. And as I said, it is screwed down, it is signed also. But let me just pop it on the wrist for you guys very quickly. That's the dial. As you know, my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist, and as I've already stated, I've had to take 2 links out, and I've used the 3rd or 4 levels of micro adjustments, and that's what it looks like at the back with the deep etched San Martin logo. And that's what the dial looks like itself, and the watch on the wrist. You will also get some shots of this watch outside, and also I'll leave a loom shot at the end as usual. But guys, that would now take me on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. And as I always do, I start with pants. I like to go on a high with pukka. So what I think is pants about the watch is I don't mind the logo. It's sort of a grower, excuse the pun. But I think with the long inverted triangle and the logo at the 12, it's just a bit too much going on there for me. I think if they're going to do that, they either need to keep that triangle and have script San Martin written, or make the inverted triangle a bit smaller, and then you can have the hexagonal logo, because both just looks really, really cluttered at the 12 for me. Just a bit too much going on. The writing on the crown, it looks a bit cartoony. It looks like a sort of like a dollar sign, perhaps. I don't really like the S. I would have just gone for the shark logo, guys, to be honest. I actually like your deep etched shark logos that you use. Or I know it might be difficult, or even that on the crown, but like I said, that might be a bit intricate to try and get on a small crown. So yeah, I don't really like the S. I've got to be completely honest. And the ghost position, there seems to be a theme with San Martin as they try and utilize their watches, their watch movements in all different types of date and non-date movement variations of their watches. A bit unfortunate that you get so many ones with ghost positions. I know for a lot of people it really isn't going to bother them, but for me it always sort of slightly irritates me, if I'm honest. I'd rather not have a ghost position. But they're the three things for now. So what I'd just surmise, I'll go with the logo and indices at the 12, just being too cluttered. I'd go to writing on the crown and also the ghost position of the movement where there's no dates or day dates on the dial. What I think is pukka, I'd go with a dial, like a matte black dial. I really like that. I do like the fact that they've laid it out with the colour scheme. So the dial layout, the colour scheme works really well. Yeah, done to a very good standard. The bezel is phenomenal on this. Like I said, just about the right resistance. It lines up perfectly. No bounce, no backplay. You haven't really got to sort of dig your fingers in to make it. Sometimes you've got to hold it really tightly and turn it to make it turn, but not on this one. This bezel is fantastic. They've done very well with the bezel. The bracelet and the screw pins. So the bracelet, yeah, the bracelet's done really well. It's only a one piece made. It's a one piece made to look like a three piece. I'm not gonna go too hard on that. But what I did find a lot easier on this one, as I sort of alluded to, was the screw pins. In terms of holding it and unscrew it from one side, it was a lot easier on this one. And the trick I found out is if you put the longer part of the screw pin in, and then you left with the little screw, I'd put the screw in first, and then put the other side in and screw it from there. So you end up with the small screw all the way in, and then you put the long part of the link in, and then screw it in. That works out a lot easier in terms of trying to get it to hold. So that would be my advice. The clasp and the deep etching, I think, is done really well. It's a nice upgrade on the watch in terms of having that. And the fit and finish. So what they also upgraded, they've also no longer got male end links. So the 48 mil lug to lug is 48. It no longer has a male end link protruding. And just the brushing and polishing, as I've already alluded to, I think it's done to such a high standard. And San Martin just keep really pushing the envelope in terms of what's possible for the price point, and also showing up much bigger brands in terms of showing this is what we can do. Why can't you do something similar? So just to surmise what I think is pukka, I'd go with the dial layout. I'd go with the color scheme. I'd go with the bezel. I'd go with the bracelet with the screw pins. I'd go with the clasp and the fit and finish of the watch in general. And would I recommend this watch? So they're probably going to be a slight sale on the end of August with their summer sale. I would definitely look to pick one of these up, guys. I think if you can get this a sort of £200, I think this is a great watch. I think you've got a high beat movement inside. You've got all the bells and whistles, built really well. I'll definitely consider picking one of these up. I will leave an affiliate link in the bottom, just taking you to the watch. It won't cost you a penny more. It'll just make it a bit easier for you to find the watch, and also just to support the channel in a small way. But guys, let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you'd like to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.